actually really cool. Everybody's always impressed with this. We have a bunch of these. We have several of these from the original Doom team. Of course, Spider Mastermind. They had these built to basically use as photo reference for the building the sprites. We have some of them that are still packaged up from the E3 kind of walk 25 years of Doom thing we did, and we're sending them off to actually have them repaired, because you can see like his hand has fallen off and some of his little braces are broken. So I mean, these things are 25, 26 years old. So, but very, very cool. This is the original Doom illustration. Very famous, box art, but that's the original right there. Same thing actually with the Wolfenstein illustration. Those are two of the originals. Tons of awards and cool stuff from back in the day. We have our game awards for 2016, Doom 2016, and our music award, the Academy of Interactive Arts and Sciences. That's pretty cool. We earned a technical Emmy for development of 3D software engines a number of years ago. This is kind of silly, but back in the 90s, id was in Mesquite in this very ominous black building that we always called the Borg Cube, because it looked like a big Borg ship right off the freeway. And the office was on the 6th floor, kind of like now. We have one of our floors is the 6th floor, and it was suite 666. So people would come to the suite 666, and they'd walk in the door and see sweet Miss Donna sitting in front of this massive Doom demon that was imposing behind her. It was very cool. And she, of course, welcomed everybody with her Texas charm. This actually is pretty cool. A lot of people, it looks like just a toy, but that was the original Doom shotgun. They went to a store, a toy store, and purchased that and used it along with Kevin Cloud's hands to kind of as reference for the original Doom shotgun. It was based on a plastic toy. These were the original box cover. Those were used for photos of the Team Arena box, the chainsaw from the TV commercial. A lot of great old awards from the 90s, just the Shareware Awards. Came all the way from Australia. It was commissioned by our Australian office to be carved out of wood, and there's an awesome YouTube video with
actually made of wood though.
It's chain. They basically, it was carved with chainsaws out of wood.
Okay.
A really unbelievable chainsaw artist. There's a great YouTube video that shows the whole thing, has time-lapse photography of him doing it. But yeah, carved entirely out of wood. Was in a museum there for a number of years, for a couple years, and then they boxed it up and sent it to us. That was the Revenant from E3 2015. We kind of have this saying that we're very, very proud of our history, but we always have to be very forward-thinking and always moving forward, like doing something new, challenging ourselves. We can't live in the past, can't trade on that legacy, but definitely it inspires us every day. So. I mean, this is kind of the development floor. So this is very much, just nitty gritty, people working, kind of our team photo board.
Mythbusters.
Yeah. There's some fun stuff here. We did a signing before Doom 2016, a bunch of stuff from E3, our holiday parties. This was E3 this past year. I guess it was E3 2015 2015 when we showed Doom for the first time. Was pretty awesome. I mean, that was the first one at the what was the name of that? The Dolby Theater.
Yeah.
That was kind of the first time Bethesda did like the big showcase, and you know, we had kind of. Yeah. I mean, we had shown the game at QuakeCon 2014, and then came out at E3 2015, and we were just so proud of what we'd done. So it was fun to walk out there and be able to kind of show people Doom for the first time. That was exciting. That was really, really cool. We post fan art and fun letters that we get from different people. The fan art around Doom is unbelievable.
That's
like,
amazing, but that's so nice that they're doing that for you.
Oh yeah, we could literally probably fill 5 boards with this stuff, 10 boards. I mean, it's almost infinite as far as the amount of stuff that comes in. But really cool stuff, some awesome cosplay. Again, just cool stuff to inspire the team. It's amazing when people put their own time into it. I know. This guy's pretty amazing. His name escapes me right now, but he is he's a artist that he came to QuakeCon and we had him into the studio and talked to him. He's very, very talented. Hugo talked to him about his portfolio and kind of, he's a young guy, so getting into the industry and that kind of stuff. And he does this oil on canvas stuff. He's done several paintings. We actually have one upstairs as well. And this is a little Easter egg in the Doomslayer's hub. This painting. So we even include fan art in our game. This painting is on the Doomslayer's wall. This is what we call our pit, our MP pit usually, but basically just our systems that we do kind of all of our development testing on. So we'll do multiplayer tests in here, campaign tests. It's just centrally located, really easy to gather people, have people play, turn around, talk, go back, play. Sometimes there's really specific ideas. You know, Hugo will have a very clear idea of what he wants to see. So it'll then kind of get kicked off with the concept artists, and there's a lot of iteration, and then like, you know, nuance kind of changes. Sometimes it's very blue sky and like, hey, you know, we want something around this idea, and then the concept artists, you know, kind of invent. So yeah, it's really, and sometimes, you know, we'll basically, once we have like a, let's say we have a theme for a level, you know, we're doing something in hell, but we wanted to have a different theme to it. Like usually what happens is the designers will block it out in like gray box, you know, so we can get the gameplay feeling right, and they'll do it with a theme in mind, so they'll kind of know what they're designing. But then the concept artists will get screenshots of the block out, and then they'll paint over the block out to make it look like something and make sense and have, you know, visual themes and set pieces and all of that kind of stuff. So and also they work very closely with our rigging team. Ben's the head of that, and then animation. Our animation team starts right here. So this kind of like pod right here is all, whether it's modeling or rigging or gore or animation, it's all kind of, everybody here is working together constantly. We try to do that, you know, it's like concept kind of sits right in the middle of environment art and characters. Yeah, just so it's just easier to have the conversations. We're relatively small, so we got to take advantage of the fact that people can be in proximity to each other. It's not like we have to, you know, call another studio that's doing our character modeling or anything like that. It's much more efficient, and you know, everybody can stay on the same page. So. These are cool. I always loved these. These were some of my favorite action figures we did. The Quake 2 stuff was awesome. It was really, really cool. These were cool. Back when we were making Doom 3, they weren't really used for anything other than just kind of reference, but Kenneth, who was the lead artist then, he was very into sculpting, so he would sculpt out ideas for different demons and Mancubus. A lot of good, I think it's like, I'm just looking at that, best music soundtrack for Quake, you know, it's like...
Oh yeah, Trent Reznor?
Trent Reznor, but then you even look at like Quake 3 and Sonic Mayhem and Quake 2, the intro to Quake 2 had like a Rob Zombie remix of some, like, it's definitely been one of the hallmarks of the studio for a long time.
People.
Yeah, absolutely. Always pushing on the music side of things. But.